Welcome to the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country. This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Daily Bhuja. Great to have your company this Monday afternoon, 24th of September 2018. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Lee Hart, Lobo de Noche. G'day, mate.
Yeah, g'day, mate. And, sorry, mate, you going to say something?
No, I just said g'day, mate.
Oh, g'day, mate. Yeah, g'day, mate, to you as well. And Tom, of course, at Studio B, has just wandered in.
Yeah.
In the backup studio there. Well, a very essential part of a big show like this. Now, of course, today is Big Health Monday.
Yeah, it is.
We were having a think last week, but Dr. Tom missed his appointment.
Yeah, he did.
So hopefully he's coming in today around about 4:30.
Yeah, sounds
we
good,
can
mate.
talk health. So, got any health issues? And be realistic about it. You know, it's not a chance to turn yourself into a text comedian with wacky health problems. Any serious concern? Text in 3483.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that because when I start reading that sort of stuff, I start freaking out myself. But no, it's great that he's coming in. Men's health, of course, always a very important thing. I believe, speaking of
women's
Tom,
health. I mean, he's a trained doctor.
Health. Yeah, well, that's right. I believe Tom's constructing a video as we speak, Lee Hart, which he's going to post on Facebook very shortly about our trip down to Invercargill, which was great. And the people down in Invercargill, what a place.
Yeah.
They really looked after us. We had a great time down there. Thanks so much.
We popped down to Bluff briefly, went out in the water, partied in Invercargill. I tell you what, I'm already racking my brain now. Where else can we go very soon?
Yeah. Good question, mate. Good question. And I believe also it's a half-house workday.
It is, Jace. I'm glad you brought that up.
And I believe it hasn't been given away yet. $1,000, Lee Hart.
It is not, Jace. I'm glad you brought that up as well. So when we play half a tune, if you're the fifth call through, 800 Hodaki, $500.
It's got to be between 4 and 5, doesn't it?
Well, no, between 4 and 6.
Oh, 4 and 6. Okay.
Can they start the song halfway through it? Does that count? Or is it wood, wouldn't it?
I think you're complicating things, but
Here's Stereophonics. Stereophonics here on Radio Hodaki Monday afternoon. Don't forget to listen out for half a song, by the way. You could win $1,000 just like that, bang.
All thanks to driven.co.nz. I mean, I reckon it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, I just got a vibe too, actually,
Matty.
Matty. The half-house work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen, do we have a bit of time for Daily Bhuja Big Show admin?
Yeah, sure, mate.
That'd be great. Tom, could you come in here too, please? Thanks, mate. Just got a bit of a proposal that I want to put out there.
G'day, fellas.
Hey,
G'day, mate. How are you? You recovered from the weekend?
Yeah, it's good to be back in the North Island, eh?
Jeez,
you were a little dusty on the Saturday coming back, weren't you? I don't want to.
You were hurting for certain.
Few beers.
Do you know what Tom said to me? Actually, it was very funny. We were sitting on the plane together and he said, Jace, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch the Great British Bake Off. It's the only thing that sort of chills me out. He said, everyone's so nice to each other on that program, and I just sit there on my couch and watch the big British Bake Off just to get me back in the zone.
That's when you know someone's dusty and fragile.
Yeah.
I can watch it every day.
What part of the night do you think really tipped you over? What got you into that?
Fingers. When we started playing Fingers.
Yeah.
At the fourth bar we went to. It was,
Just to clarify, that's a drinking game.
Yeah, well, it was not Fingers nightclub. That's a different place. Now, look,
I just want to make I know that we've had half a weekend this weekend, and I just want to put a proposal to you. I thought I should put it out front. I've booked us all as a team, including you, Tom, with Mary Lambie and Jim Moira. They do a broadcasting, media training, a consultancy course. And I thought, as top radio DJs, it's important to stay on top of our game. So the idea is that we go out to they've got a little place out west somewhere on the Friday night, and they just take us through the ins and outs of broadcasting, making sure you stay on top of your game.
Hold on.
Making sure your stuff is tight. And
did they want me to run this course?
No, we're going to take the course. So Jim Moira and Mary Lambie are actually running the course.
It's a little bit like putting Neil Armstrong through flying school, in a way. I mean, it's not really that necessary.
Well, I kind of feel like, as broadcasters, we can always learn more.
Well, you never stop learning, I'll give you that.
Yeah. But I just wanted to know that you guys are available all weekend.
Which weekend?
This weekend.
No, I can't do it.
Oh.
Yeah, but
is there a possibility of drinking heavily somewhere that isn't where this is happening?
Look, I'm not.
Jim likes a couple of wines.
Look, I'm not sure what the facilities are in terms of food,
Lambers.
but that's really not why I was sort of booking it. I was booking it because I thought it'd be good to get a bit of a refresher on broadcasting tips and stuff.
Yeah, look, timing's everything with this kind of stuff, Jace. They're going to have to fit in with our schedule a bit here. I'm off down Nelson later in the week.
Okay.
I'll be all over the show a little bit, so this weekend's no good for me.
Okay, Maddie?
I've got that thing with Tom. You remember?
Yeah, Tom, what are you doing?
We do
Teed
that
up
thing.
that thing with the people.
Joe, something.
Yeah.
Why don't you go on it and do an evaluation of the course?
Write some bullet points and stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can copy
Okay.
your notes. But if
Okay,
you
I can
think
do
it's
that.
worth all of us going after that, then we'll follow through. You can be like a recon.
Okay, no, I can do that.
A recon student.
So you want me to do it this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if Jim and Mary are keen for a beer afterwards, I think we'll be done with that.
We could move some things around,
Shuffle
maybe.
things around
right,
there.
okay.
Yeah, I don't mind catching up with
it on the
Jim and
Saturday
Mary.
or the Sunday?
Go back a long way with Jim and Mary. Certainly wouldn't mind having a couple for them.
Here's garbage.
Pretend you're bored.
Stupid Girl there, garbage on Radio Hodaki. Monday afternoon, someone's texted in, Lee, or Sarah, actually. Hi, Hodaki peeps. Today has been the most Monday that ever Mondayed. Please can you play some Stone Temple Pilots or Soundgarden to ease my suffering? Big love, Sarah.
Yeah, can I just reassure Sarah that Jace wasn't referring to you as a stupid girl. You came right off that song, Jace, going
Oh, right.
stupid
No,
girl
certainly
there.
not Sarah. She's
And-
having a bad enough Monday
and then
without me
started
doing
reading
that.
out her text, and you got to kind of put a bit of separation there, Jace. Just something maybe you could learn on the course.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, listen, on that front, Sarah, I'm afraid to say, even though we're top radio DJs, Chewbaccaman has the run of those sorts of things, and there's just no, I mean, we struggle to get named that tune on the bloody show, let alone, people's requests. We would love, more than anything else. In fact, Lee, when you and I first started doing this job, I think one of our first conditions in our contract was, can we play people's requests? And they said yes.
That's right.
What a lie that turned out to be.
God, it was a good show back then.
It was a great show.
To be fair, we do play a lot of Stone Temple Pilots and Soundgarden.
Yeah, I was
It's not out
actually
of-
going to say, Sarah,
STP.
there's probably some chance throughout the show that one of those will pop up
I feel
somewhere
like you were
along the
just
line.
using that as an opportunity to have a crack at Chewbacca.
Well, maybe I was.
It's a real pity she didn't ask for Green Day.
Yeah, look, if you want Green Day, we can guarantee you Green Day. Red Hot Chili Peppers, probably. Blink 182, definitely.
Well, there's a chance if we play the song that we want, that she wants, that we're going to chop it in half, for God's sake.
There is a chance that's going to happen, yeah. $5,000 to give away between 4 and 6 today. Very exciting.
But that's a positive thing, right? We gave 50 grand away, well, 100 grand away, didn't we, on Friday?
Yeah, we did. And boy, did we have a few I'm stopped answering my emails. Don't worry about it. Yeah, was that what you do?
Yeah.
Well, Boggsy was ringing me on the phone. He was ringing on my home phone.
Just ignore it.
Yeah, well, it might be, someone else calling me. You know what I mean? On my home phone, it could be anyone. I don't even know how he got my home phone number.
You still have a home phone?
Yeah.
You still have a home phone? No. So you're in this century, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be with the kids now, and I got rid of my landline.
Well, my kids don't have
Threw it out.
My kids don't have phones, so they use the home phone.
Right. So you don't use it?
No, not really. But having said that,
What do they
people
use
call
it
me.
for, though?
What, to call us, see what's going on, put food orders in, things like that. Tell us what's going on.
Interesting.
You're not Amish, are you?
No. Here's Beck.
Bhuja with Lee and Jace on Radio Hodaki.
I'm feeling glad I got sunshine.
It's different because we make it sound that way.
Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh and sing for the tear.
The world famous Radio Hodaki.
Here we go now.
What's that?
How we doing?
I can smell another $500. Oh, sorry. That's last night's lasagna. But now, back to the cash.
Hodaki's half-assed workday.
Yes, indeed, the half-assed workday, brought to you by driven.co.nz. A chance to win $5,000, Lee Hart. And as you can expect, of course, given that scenario, the phone lines have gone crazy. We've got someone on the line now. G'day, mate.
Oh, no, they're gone.
Hello, caller. You're on the Bhuja line. Who are we speaking to?
Hi, you're speaking with Chelsea.
Chelsea, how's your day going?
Oh, pretty good, thank you.
That's great, Chelsea. What did you get up to in the weekend?
I actually flew down to Wellington. I'm from Kerikeri, so down for a baby shower and whatnot. So,
Oh,
Jeez, this process to caller number 5 is going to take a while.
was it caller number 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Bugger.
I'm afraid to say, Chelsea, you're caller number 1.
oh, what? Oh, wait, no, that's bad, right?
Yeah, you
well,
want to be 5. Sorry about
Just
that.
after 5, we'll be chatting to caller number 5.
Hello, caller, you're on the Bhuja line.
Yeah, just want to get into the who the half-ass.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, you're calling number 2.
Sorry about that, buddy.
But how's your Monday been?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
That's good, buddy.
Hang in there,
That's
mate. Hang in there.
good. Let's go to another caller on the line. Hello, caller, you're on the Bhuja line. Who are we speaking to?
It's Phil here.
Phil. Sorry, mate, you're calling
G'day,
number
mate.
3. You're number 3, Phil.
No.
No.
You.
Sorry, mate. Hello, caller, you're on the Hodaki line. Who are we speaking to?
Kale.
Kale.
Yeah, how you going?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, bugger, Kale. You're caller number 4.
You may be a superfood, but you're calling number
gotcha.
4.
Oh, sorry, mate. Hey, but thanks for calling, man. Hello, caller, you're on the Bhuja line. Who are we speaking to?
Frank from the Mount.
Frank from the Mount. How's your day going, Frank?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
That's great,
How was
mate.
your weekend?
How was my weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good stuff, Frank.
Got a few jobs done around the house and stuff like that.
Good on you,
Always
mate.
good.
Good on you,
Tick
mate.
that list off.
Absolutely. Hey, Frank,
Yep.
great news for you, my friend. You've just won $500,000.
Oh, awesome. Far out, that's awesome.
No worries, man. No worries, Frank. You gonna take someone out for dinner, a date, or something like that, or your wife? What are you gonna do with it, Frank?
Oh, don't know.
Good on you, man.
Yeah, wife will, no doubt. Yeah, she'll sort that problem out.
No worries. Good on you, Frank. Stay on the line,
Only
buddy.
if she finds out about it.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
I wrote her off for the 10th time today. Hey, yeah.
The Offspring there on Radio Hodaki, Monday afternoon. Someone's texted in, Matt hassling reliable DSL home phone lines while talking on FM analog radio that was developed in the 1940s.
I think I was hassling you, not the phone. Well, I suppose I was kind of hassling the phone lines, but they're kind of obsolete, aren't they, when you've got the cell phone system?
I suppose so, yeah.
Are we still on the same amount of frequencies around the country as we were last week?
Overall, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Why did you think we might have dropped out of a few more markets?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We're
good question.
definitely on this one because that's what we're listening to right now.
Yeah, I can
RF.
hear that. I can hear
Absolutely.
that. Hey, big news, of course, guys. Tiger Woods, bit
Yeah.
of sports wrap, I suppose. Recent sports, just won his first major in 5 years.
Well, it's not a major.
Pardon?
It's not a major.
It would be for him, mate.
Well, it would be a major, yeah, in terms of him winning a tournament.
Have you ever won a big golf tournament like that?
Never. But he's won heaps, so it wouldn't be that. But it was a big major because
Hey,
it
guys,
was a
I've got
major for him because it was his 5 years since he's won anything.
Yeah, the old PGA Tour.
Look at the amount of people.
Welcome back, Tiger, to the Tour Championship. The tap in for Tiger. We thought we'd never see it, and I don't believe he thought either.
Huge.
I can really relate to that. You know, we just had the recent sort of survey and stuff with the radio stuff. I remember 5 years ago, if you'd said we were going to be a top radio show in just 5 years, you would have laughed at us.
Yeah.
You'd said there's no way in hell those guys can come back from oblivion where they are now and be a top show.
Yeah, fair point, man. And actually, I was looking at the crowd that Tiger Woods got there at the final, the 18th hole, which was absolutely huge. It's kind of like that for us now, Lee. You know what I mean? In our 5th year.
Yeah.
And it's taken us 5 years to get to this
Of
point.
course, there's more pressure with all that. There's more pressure to maintain it. But getting that monkey off your back like Tiger's done now, I think he's just going to it's going to help him no end.
Absolutely.
Who do you think slept with more women?
Out of who?
Out of who?
You two and Tiger.
Oh, Tiger.
Well, I've definitely slept with more than Jace, so let's just get that sorted.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
now it's out of me and Tiger.
So you go what? You, then Tiger, or Tiger?
Just be careful because I don't want you starting up any more rumour mills for yourself. You've only just got over the Kate Perry and the Travago lady. You don't want to be throwing out names anymore.
No, that's still going on, those rumours.
are
now,
they?
look, I think Tiger Woods probably has.
Well, he's a lot older than you for a start, so that would stand to reason.
But he's a
Actually,
better
no,
golfer, I'll give him that.
He's a bit younger than you, actually.
He's a better golfer.
Now, listen, it's our health special today. We've got Tom Mulholland, Dr. Tom Mulholland coming in, and we put it out to the texters, 3483. Is there anything that you want to ask him? Text us on 3483 and we'll ask him for you.
Yeah.
And if they could be sort of of an appropriate sort of nature, that would be good too.
Well, have a bit of fun for sure, but we're only going to read the ones out which we can read out, really.
Absolutely.
I see you've scribbled down a lot of notes.
Me?
Yeah, right there, Jace.
Well, I just figure having him in the studio, you might as well take advantage. There's a few concerns I have that I want to get sorted out.
You didn't have to bring in your x-rays, though.
Yeah, well, I got these about a year ago when I had a fracture, and I'm still not convinced it's right. You know what I mean? And they keep telling me, it's all good, but I still get pain there.
Can you fracture your penis?
Well, actually, you can bend it in such a way that it doesn't function for a while. But I don't know if you can technically fracture your penis. But I'll tell you this, I'm not asking Dr. Tom that. If you want to know the answer to that, Matt, you can ask him yourself, all right?
Your x-rays.
Okay, we'll look forward to that discussion. A lot of interest. That's coming up very shortly here on Bhuja, on the radio, here on Hodak, and the time is about 4:30.
I like playing in the sand. What's mine is ours. If it doesn't remind me of
Audio Slave there on Radio Hodaki this Monday afternoon. No Dr. Tom just at the present moment, but as expected, the text we've got in Lee Hart, not really the sort of stuff we can ask Dr. Tom, really.
We may have to paraphrase a few of these.
Yeah. I'm just reading this study that they've done. Over 10,000 individuals from 37 different cultures, and found that there are universal preferences from both sexes when it comes to choosing one's mate, Lee Hart. Preferences that haven't changed since we became a species. Men want symmetrical, young, healthy-looking and fertile women. A man's visual cortex is pre-wired to notice hourglass figures, and it takes the male brain only 1/5 of a second to classify a woman as hot or not. Women want symmetrical, generous, trustworthy, about 3 years older, 4 inches taller, high status, an investment in her or their offspring, security, resources, or the potential for resources.
You're certainly ticking a couple of those boxes off anyway. You're certainly going to be older than most of them. And what was the other stuff? There was...
Yeah, the 4 inches taller I'm probably going to have a bit of an issue with. Generous, yes, certainly. Symmetrical, I don't know. I'm a bit top-heavy, actually, to be honest. An investment in her and their offspring.
Yeah.
Yes. High status.
Well, you're a top radio DJ.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be clear about that.
Resources or potential for resources.
Maybe not.
I've got a few resources, but there you go. That's what we've been wired to do since the beginning of time, apparently.
Well, that's right. Well, I've just seen Dr. Tom entering the building, so let's get him in here and kick off Medical Monday.
Okay. Should we chat amongst ourselves till he comes in, or
well,
do we
no,
want to
he's
go to?
probably going to have to find his way in now.
Should we go to a song, guys? Is that
yeah,
what we're
maybe that's what I was thinking.
Okay, we'll go to a song.
Anything medical sounding?
ER or something like
for
that.
when he comes in here.
This could be quite fitting. Broken.
Lovely.
I'm thinking for when he's in here, maybe we can have the Shortland Street.
Lovely, the band there. You're listening to Radio Hodaki this Monday afternoon. Now, very excited to have our next guest in the studio, Dr. Tom Mulholland. G'day, mate.
How are you? That's a good question for a doctor to ask.
Yeah, very well, thank you, Tom.
We're good so far, but you never know, it might unfold that we're not so good. Medical Monday.
I tell you what, Tom, what we've done is ask people to text in if they've got any medical issues. I'll be honest with you, mate.
Yeah.
There's nothing really appropriate that we can ask you, given what we've been texted.
Oh, right. I don't mind inappropriate. I can do that too.
Yeah, well, we'll get to some of some of those shortly. Now, look, you've been a practicing a surgeon.
No, emergency department doctor.
Emergency department doctor, sorry. So you would have seen a few things over the years. We'll talk about that shortly.
Yeah.
But you've sort of given up on that for a while, and you decided to do this thing called the Hop Tour.
Yeah, well, I got on the road about 4 years ago in my retro Chevy V8 ambulance because, people say it must be really exciting working in the emergency department, saving people's lives, but we don't save too many people's lives. We just, not because we're not good at what we do, it's just we kind of extend them. So I thought I'd be the ambulance at the top of the cliff. So I've been cruising around the country in a Chevy, doing house calls, measured about 3,000 people for pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, stress, all that. So I live on a boat in Auckland because I can't afford a house, so I'm following the ambo in the boat, leaving Saturday.
That's right. So the ambulance will go off somewhere, you'll go off on the boat.
Yep.
And does the boat mean you can get to places as well that maybe tougher access, or?
Oh, I don't think the Ambo is like the boat's just my house really, but I'm like a snail or a tortoise, you know. But we're going to put the Ambo on a barge. We've been to D'Urville Island, we're the first doctors ever to go there, and Stewart Island, we're going to be out there.
And how's it getting received?
Oh, good. Well, we've already, we've been around the country, met a lot of friends, and going back to recheck on people, and we've saved a few lives. People have high blood pressures like 230 or 130. Actually, I got the Ambo here. I should have come and given you guys a few checks. It must be a stressful job.
Is 230 high? Is it?
230 is like dangerous, blow a fuse kind of high. Yeah.
Just take some deep breaths, Jason.
Because I'm looking at the hop tour that you just mentioned, healthy oceans, people and ports.
Yeah.
So is it as an environmental thing as well?
Oh, yeah, we're going to be, like, we were out at Great Barrier Island yesterday testing out the boat. And
it's beautiful out there, Tom.
Oh, I know, mate. But we had about 20 bridie whales around us, and, the ocean was looking good. No crayfish, though, so anyone out there, stop smashing those crayfish out in the barrier.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't bring any kind of seafood in with you either, which a lot of our guests tend to do, but that's right.
Tom,
next time
I thought you were just a sausage guy, mate.
Can I ask you, Tom, being on the front line as you were in the emergency sort of department side of things, have you seen an increase in certain things over the years? Are certain things becoming more predominant than they were a few years ago, for example? Diabetes, things like that?
Yeah, good question. I think texting injuries while you're driving, is a massive one. And when I started my trauma career like 30 years ago, it was alcohol. A lot less alcohol, thank goodness, but a lot more texting injuries. Like, people laugh about it, but people are smashing into each other.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, the party pills and the medical, the cannabis
Synthetic
kind of stuff, synthetic stuff, that was just terrible, the usual, more and more homeless, and so in Auckland ED, a lot of homeless people, and that's and people that are stressed out and can't afford things. So a lot of that. I think that what I used to call the silly drunks are getting less and less. So when you started, people coming, oh my god, I'm so drunk, I can't believe it. It was like a bit of a show, and I've only worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights there for the last 11 years, and personally, I think that's a lot less because of the changes in the drinking laws a bit. So that's a good thing.
So that's interesting. So you would say, because we don't want to sort of make any statements here, but it's almost got better. We're less of a sort of a
alcohol's still a massive problem, but it's the people there are four types of drinkers: those that don't drink, those that drink and don't have a problem, those that drink and sometimes have a problem, and those that drink and always have a problem. So there's no change in the always have a problem, but there's probably a bit less in those that sometimes have a problem.
Right, okay. That's positive. And without making light of it or getting too much detail, what's the most bizarre thing you've seen in a sort of in that emergency department?
Oh, always, that's the most common. The first question I get is like, is your dad a doctor? It's like, do you think I'd be working if he was? I'd just be like, my kid's just sitting on the boat. No, but the second one is, what's the most bizarre thing? But I think the most, remarkable thing is just people telling one set of parents that their kid's okay and they're going to be a bit sore, on the other set of parents that their kids are dead, and the only reason is that one's been wearing their seatbelt and there hasn't, and that's just way too frequent. So make sure you click, and it'll save your life.
Well, when you talk about stress, stress is becoming a much bigger factor for human beings now. Our inability to turn off and stuff. I think about someone like you. My wife's a EMT.
Yeah,
and the stress that the ambulance service go through. I mean, how did it affect you personally? You have to find a way of just shutting it all out, I suppose, and just doing your job.
Well, I think there's two things. One is there's burnout, right? So if you're doing too many hours, you burn out. You just can't maintain it. It's called compassion fatigue. So
Lee's been getting that on the radio.
Right. Yeah. But you just can't do too many hours. You got to, so I've only been part-time there for the last 11 years, but so all I've done is gone off the roster, and I just go back now when they need me.
Yeah.
So that's the number of hours you do, but I think it comes down what you expect when you sign up. Like, I've heard lots of young doctors going, I can't believe I'm working the weekend. It's like, well, what did you expect when you signed up? We're a hospital.
I know a lot of Super Rugby people that end up saying that. I can't believe I'm paying the weekends.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think was going to happen?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
For God's sake, obesity.
Yep.
So time management, you're saying time, exactly, we're doing 3 hours, a 3-hour show here. What you're saying, we should pull it back to about an hour and a half.
They look very fatigued to me, but yeah. But the other thing is, like, that's one of the other reasons I stepped down from the regular, because I'm doing all this other stuff, and then it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, you got someone with a leaking aneurysm, and if you're too tired, you might miss it, right?
Jeez, so I thought that was going to be something else then.
Touch wood, in 30 years, no one's complained, so I just want to get out before, I got too old and too tired, basically.
Okay.
But like John Key.
Good advice.
Yeah, well, tell you what, hold that thought. We'll go to a song,
we're going into the 5 o'clock news.
5 o'clock news?
Yeah.
Can you stick around?
Yeah, no worries.
A bit of a chat after the news. Big Medical Monday.
Bhuja with KFC's crispy onion ring burger. It's a mouthful. This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Voigt.
Yeah, sure is great to have your company this Monday afternoon. We've got Dr. Tom Mulholland in the studio with us. We're talking medicine, we're talking medical
Well, it's Big
issues.
Medical Monday.
Medical Monday. Dr. Tom, can I ask you, because it's Blue September, which is prostate awareness, isn't it? Would it be a fair comment to say, and I know it's a gross generalisation, but it's probably true, that men are pretty shitehouse at talking about their health?
Excuse the pun. Yeah, they are, and it's, there's a lot of reasons for that. Women live longer. One of the reasons is because they go to the doctor more often. Traditionally, they should take the kids. It's like, while I'm here, let's get a check, and they're just not worried about it, but it's just what they do. But men, we seem to freak out about it, especially the old back passage thing, pretty homophobic. And, people go, I don't want that, it's disgusting. Well, I reckon it's more disgusting having a colostomy and, missing it like a bowel cancer and having a big having a tube on the side of your tummy. You don't look too good in Speedos there, do you?
And we're talking off air. Sorry, Chase, you go.
No, I was going to say, I'm definitely one of those males that just craps on and on about something and never does anything about it.
Yeah.
It drives my wife nuts, Tom.
Yeah, well, excuse the pun again, but
you talking about prep for the radio show?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, just man up and go and get it checked, and especially got a family history of prostate cancer, bowel cancer, and that kind of stuff, and get yourself a warrant of fitness. That's the thing. Men know more about their cars, their cows, their soil, all that kind of stuff, than what their own blood pressure is, right?
Yeah, and I think if in doubt, just go see a doctor. I mean, especially if you've got kids. I mean, you always think, oh God, they're going to laugh at me with something wrong with the kids. I remember when I had young kids, one of mine power vomited a whole lot of multicoloured, like yellow, blue, green, orange vomit.
Yeah.
Like a big multicoloured vomit, and I said, that's pretty damn serious.
Yeah.
Turned it out, he had just eaten a packet of wax crayons.
Right.
That were all different coloured.
Yeah.
But had I not gone to the doctor,
you would have been freaking out about it for hours on end.
Yeah.
How did they work that out? Did they start drawing with the vomit or something?
Yeah, it was kind of a waxy kind of thing, and he still had the other half of the packet in his pocket.
Yeah, that's a good indicator, isn't it? Yeah. Rainbow vomit.
So, generally what you're saying then, Tom, you're talking about being the ambulance at the top of the cliff as opposed to being at the bottom of the cliff when the crap's already hit the fan.
Yeah.
What you're really saying is that men should go and have regular checkups, basically.
Yeah, like on your birthday, it depends on your age and your risk factors, but once you're over 35, annually, go and get a checkup, get your blood pressure done, get your cholesterol checked. Once you're over 50, get your prostate checked.
Oh, long way from there, Tom.
Yeah, or if
long
you've got,
way from 50.
Or if you've got symptoms, just like for a warrant for your car, right? Like you might get a warrant and it's going to last you a year, or if it's a newer car. But if suddenly it starts breaking down, you take it to the doctor. So just because you get a warrant of fitness doesn't mean nothing's going to break down. Right. So if you get symptoms, go and get it checked, right? Especially like urinating, getting up in the night, things that are unusual. Blood in your stool is a classic. People go, it's probably just a hemorrhoid. Well, how do you know? Just guessing until you get a camera up there, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's funny, you become a health expert as soon as when it suits you, because you don't want to hear it. Blood in there. Oh, that'll be this.
Yeah,
How would you know?
Self-diagnosis. Yeah, well, we don't know. The other thing is, like the classic one I get, lots of friends, especially family, if you're listening. Oh, here's a photo of my son's ankle. It's swollen. Do you think it's broken? I was like, well, go and get an X-ray. It's like, I don't have X-ray vision, That's why we have X-rays at hospital, so we can see if it's broken or not. You can't.
I brought some X-rays in that I wanted you to have a look at, Tom, but I might just leave those out then.
No, I don't mind looking at X-rays. Are they yours?
Tom might take them home and give me a look at them back at home and bring them in next week with
a diagnosis.
Well, yeah, no, I could give you a diagnosis on the spot, really.
I couldn't get a prescription, could I, for some stuff, just while you're here, though. There's just a couple of things here I thought I might want.
So I'll have to examine you first, though.
Sort of stuff. I've got a list of the stuff I need.
I'll have to examine you, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do
a legitimate
that now?
consultation? Yeah.
There looks like quite a lot of tramadol.
I wouldn't touch that stuff. Gives you seizures. Yeah, lowers your seizure threshold. I've seen a lot of people having seizures on tramadol. I wouldn't be taking that stuff.
Okay, I'll stay away from that one then.
Unless you absolutely need it, or your doctor's prescribed it and you're okay with it, of course. But yeah, it's not my drug of choice as prescribing, not using.
What's your overall view on drugs as a society now? Do we prescribe as a modern society, say in New Zealand? I mean, it's horses for courses, of course, but
Oh, look, I think it's still archaic, you know, the way, you know, pharmacology is, and, you know, like, you're just thinking these antidepressants and, you know, there's all this genetic stuff that brings into it, and some people react to other types of drug, and some people work, and, you know, we don't know what's going on in the brain. We can't take a blood test, so it's pretty, you know, we'll look back and maybe 10, 15 years ago, like Star Trek, you get a scan, you can say, look, you're low on this and you're low on that, and this is your, you know, genotype, will target it, but yeah, like, I mean, I definitely in things like anxiety and depression, I think medication is overprescribed. There's other tools like what I call Healthy Thing or CBT, which you can change your mood by changing your thoughts. You know, I think the most important thing is you have a good relation with your doctor or nurse practitioner these days who's prescribing them, and, you know, just know, the other thing is to know why you're taking them, know what they are, know what they do, and then have a regular review, because that's one of the things we see in the emergency department, especially older people with falls, and you look, they're on like 20 different pills, and, you know, they might be getting from 3 different doctors, and sometimes they're taking exactly the same type of pills because they've all got different names, you know, but it's the same drug, and people are just like blowing their kidneys to smithereens because, yeah, people don't know what they're taking and swallowing them or not swallowing them.
That's right. And a lot of that stuff's in your book, which I've got at home, actually, Healthy Thinking.
Yeah, that's just about thoughts create emotions, and, you know, it's a massive topic and around why we're more stressed and stuff. And but you know, this guy Epictetus 2,000 years ago said life's not stressful; it's just our view of it that is. You know, and Marcus Aurelius, this Roman emperor, said much the same thing. The Stoics. So yeah, if you can manage your thoughts, you can manage your emotions, because you can't have an emotion without having a thought first, right? And 90% of the thoughts that make us feel bad aren't actually true. We've just made the story up in our head.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
False evidence appears real.
That's it, you know, or you've got a belief system and you look for anything to justify your belief system, right? So beliefs are layered down over time, and you just filter out stuff and go, oh, like the classic one's road rage, right? Like, that person's cutting me off, they don't give a shit, or whatever it is, you know. That's a medical word, I can use that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but how do you know what's going on, right? Maybe they're lost. That's my most common thing, that when I'm cutting people off, I'm lost. Or maybe their son's just been diagnosed with cancer or something and they're going a bit faster, or, you know, who knows? I mean, you just don't know why people are doing stuff.
Crabs,
you want a consultation about those as well?
No, you said you went to the Chathams, etc., over there and consulted over there, and with the crayfish, many crabs over there.
No comment. No. I think that's more likely in other areas. No, they're a very healthy lot. More fishing injuries in the Chathams. Very nice people. I'd want to go back there. So I wouldn't be commenting
literally
there.
the sea crabs I'm talking about.
Oh, really?
Because a lot of the...
I thought it was the medical hour. I got distracted.
We're going to have to wrap it here, though, Dr. Tom. But listen, this hop tour, if people want to find out about it...
You go to our Facebook page, Dr. Tom on a Mission.
Okay.
Coming to a port near you.
Sounds good,
Any
mate.
port in a storm.
You think you can come in next week at some stage? Just stay in touch.
Maybe 2 weeks. I might be back.
Okay. Good on you, mate.
But I'm on air if you want to ring up and, you know, put the sirens on.
Brilliant.
Here's Daft Punk.
Bhuja with Lee Hart, Jason Hoyt, and Loco de Noche, the Nightwalk on Radio Hauraki.
How to think of there on Radio Hauraki, Monday afternoon. Now, bit of a time check in case you're curious as to what the time is. 5:12. If anyone cares, I'm not sure that many people really care that much.
Or, of course, another way of saying that is 48 to the hour.
Indeed, 48 to the hour. But the time being 5:12, of course, it's time for Lee Hart's Name That Tune.
Yeah, of course, we couldn't do Name That Tune properly on Friday down in Invercargill. I whistled it.
Yeah.
It's not the same as having the guitar, but it's nice to mix it up.
Arguably the most half-assed thing done on the show.
Even more half-assed than half-assed workday.
Second only to.
Okay. Anyway, I'm
but at least with the half-assed workday, you win half a grand.
Yeah, that's true.
With your half-assed whistling, you don't win anything. Oh, no, you do. That's not right.
Well, I'll tell you what,
we gave enough or something.
money away last week. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm still getting emails from Bogsy about it.
Yeah, look, Dr. Tom said don't worry about it. Don't worry about things you can't control. Okay? We gave away 100 grand. Don't worry about it. Relax.
Okay. Relax. Good call, mate. Good call.
Relax.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You're right. He did suggest we're putting too much time into work, though. I got that from his... Did you get that?
That vibe?
I got that vibe. We thought you guys are working too hard. Huh? Okay. Just me, eh?
Got a chill Winston.
All right, here we go, kids. Keep it simple. Did you back him in here?
Do we do the stick?
Yeah, we did it, yeah. If anyone guesses this, we're going to play it down.
You're crazy.
I know, I'm crazy. 2, 3, 4.
If you can name that tune, New Zealand, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki. Love to hear from you.
Jason Hoyt, Lee Hart, it's Bhuja on Radio Hodaki.
Used to be in love, the Jungle Giants here on Radio Hodaki this Monday afternoon. Before that, of course, we had Lee Hart's Name That Tune. And I think, as I suspected at the time, it was a bit too good, Lee Hart.
Well, not too good, but it was a simple song, simple chords, and I played it pretty damn well.
Yeah, you did play it pretty bloody well. Let's go and speak to Dino and Nelson. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. How are you?
You're very well, Dino. Yourself?
Yeah, very, very well, mate. Very well, thank you.
How's the magnificent Nelson today?
Oh, mate, yeah, sunny. It's a bit cloudy at the moment, mate, but no, it's always lovely in Nelson, mate.
Yeah, it is. Nice spot. All right, Dino. Can you name that tune?
I do believe it was Learning to Fly by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, just like that, eh? First horse out of the gate.
Mate, played beautifully.
First cab off the rank.
First cab off the rank.
Yep. Yeah,
first monkey out of the tree, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, mate, so they say.
I've never heard that one.
Haven't you?
No. What do you mean, first monkey out of the tree?
You said first cab off the rank. Never heard of that before.
Have you never
first
heard
horse out of the gate?
I've heard that before.
Haven't you?
You've never heard first cab off the rank? Maddie, have you heard that?
Oh.
First cab off the rank.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh, I've never heard of
Not the first monkey off the tree, though, like you said.
No, you said... sorry, Dino, we just need to clear this up. You said the first monkey off the tree. I mean, I've never heard that. What is that? What do you mean?
Or first sheep through the gate?
Well, I suppose that's probably... I haven't heard it, but yes, I could see that working, but not the first monkey off the tree.
Let's just focus on the guest.
Dino...
Yeah, mate?
You're completely right, of course, so stay on the line. Our good mate Tom in Studio B will sort you out with that prize.
Cheers, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
And as
Thanks,
a bonus prize, we're dedicating this song to you, mate. No!
Well, I started out.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers there on Radio Hodaki Monday afternoon. Now, Lee Hart, you were talking about it all last week. You've been talking about it all off air as well. But what did you think of Cher?
Yeah, you did right. Look, I went to the Cher concert on Saturday. I'm not going to deny that. I was there.
Why would you deny it? You're one of her biggest fans.
It was a busy weekend. As I mentioned, I was down in Bluff and in Chicago 1 minute. Next minute, I'm at the Cher concert, dancing away there. It was good. She, for 72-year-old Jace, if you look that good at 72, I'd be very surprised.
Would you come and see me in concert if I was 72 years old?
I think I'd come and see a concert now.
Did she play this old classic?
Yes, she did. She did play this, but one song she didn't do was Just Like Jesse James, which was one of my old favourites. Couldn't pull that one up, could you, man?
And
you know when I didn't know many songs anyway, and that was one of the few ones I knew, and I thought, she's bound to do it.
Well, you've got all her albums at home, though. I've been to you've seen all the Cher albums,
Sonny and Cher albums,
Sonny and Cher albums.
It was pretty good. It was what you'd expect from a top artist.
Did you have your lighter
I
all
always
ready?
feel like it's about me, this song.
Did you have your lighter all ready to sway away?
I didn't have a lighter, unfortunately, but
A vape?
no, I didn't have a vape either. There's a lot of swaying, a lot of dancing. She's quite funny. She's a great entertainer.
Did she not see you play Just Like Jesse James banner that you were waving?
Obviously didn't. She didn't do it.
Did you go with your wife, apparently, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you?
And my parents.
Did you do the dance, with your arms around her tummy and standing behind her, doing that, sort of just gently swaying to Cher?
Yeah, of course we did.
Did you ever pash to any of the songs?
It's hard to pash at a concert when your parents are right beside you.
Did your parents, Herb and
I actually
your
spent
mum?
half the time ferrying my parents back and forth up to the toilet the whole time. So it was quite dysfunctional, a lot of the concert.
Hard to squeeze a passion.
What, bladder issues?
Well, all sorts of stuff going on, yeah. But, it's... God, I tell you, I'm not going on about it, but for 72, she's certainly in good shape.
Yeah, I know you've been saying a lot about that off air.
Talking about her voice.
Voice sounded great.
Yeah.
Voice sounded great. And if you ever get a chance to go to Cher, anyone, if she comes here again, I thoroughly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm gutted I missed her.
I know you were.
Yeah, I'm
Take my eyes, but
really
not share.
bummed about that.
So,
Not being able to make
just
share.
help me out here, Jace. Who the hell?
Here we go.
Who the hell did I see your partner with there at the Share concert then? Because you weren't there, were you?
No, I wasn't there. No,
I didn't think I saw you.
She was doing an ambo shift.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Didn't think I saw you. I was certainly a bit taller than you, this guy. Anyway.
That wouldn't be hard.
Enough.
I've got a disintegrating spinal column. My back's bloody slowly getting
Why the
smaller.
heck did you mention that to Dr. Tom?
Well, I just didn't want to make it about me. You know what I mean?
But you've got this disintegrating spinal column. That's something.
Well, you know, I'm just getting older and I'm getting shorter. That was a bit of Ben, is it?
Ben Harper, yes, that is correct.
Steal My Kisses.
His hit single, Steal My Kisses, right here on Radio Hodaki.
Great stuff, Matty.
I put into Nashville, Tennessee. I steal my kiss from you.
Steal My Kisses, Ben Harper there on Radio Hodaki. Good sporting weekend it was too, wasn't it, Lee Hart? You know, I was watching the Provincial Championship. That's the reason we're the best in the world. You watch, like, the NPC, the quality of rugby is brilliant.
Grassroots.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely stunning.
Which game did you watch?
What did I watch? North Harbour versus...
Oh, yeah, Harbour got up, didn't
Bay
they?
of Plenty,
Hawke's Bay?
Hawke's Bay, yeah, Hawke's Bay, sorry.
So what's the latest with that North Harbour Stadium? They're still doing that with putting that half the roof on it?
Yeah. Apparently, at the moment, they're sourcing for the wheels to be able to move the actual... the roof, which is costing about $1.7 million just in trying to source the taxpayers, just in trying to source them, for God's sake.
I think only North Shore people should have to pay for that.
Whoa.
Yeah, good call, mate. Hey,
gotta go
listen, the Silver Ferns, I know that you watched that over the weekend, Lee Hart. Once again, that 4-3-2 setup that the Ferns are running with, breaking down in the mid-court. Yep. We're just not getting that flow through the central attacking areas.
You might start to think about moving back to a 5-1-3.
Yeah.
Or maybe splitting the two. Maybe a 3-2-4 and a 5-1-3 in a rotating kind of manner, just to keep those wings in play, so to speak. Or maybe shifting it to a 2-3-4, supplementing the 1-5 on a sort of an alternate basis. But, you know, this is basic stuff and they should know this.
Yeah. I agree with everything you just said, actually. I think that's bang on the money. We've mentioned Tiger Woods, of course, winning his tournament. After 5 years, he's waiting for that.
This league of the PGA Tour, 5 years.
And Justin Rose, number one player in the world, and he earned $10 million for being the number one player in the world at the end of the year. $10 million.
What a loser.
Just to smack a white ball around a paddock.
Rabbitohs, of course, knocked out.
Were they?
Yeah. Over the weekend.
Melbourne Storm and Sydney Roosters.
Sydney Roosters
Grand
will be
final.
going to the final. That'll be next week. Is that a Saturday or Sunday? I think it's going to be a Saturday night.
It's always a Sunday night, I think.
You reckon? The semis on a Saturday and the okay, possibly right.
No, grand final's always on a Sunday though. I'll double check right now.
Okay, good on you, mate.
But I'm fairly
That'll be
sure.
interesting. That's really heating up. And of course, we'll be covering that. Jace, will we? We'll be over there. I'm not sure.
Well,
We'll
no,
have to check.
I'm doing this consultancy course over the weekend
Okay, of
with
course,
Jim Moyer and
9:20
Mary Lambie.
9:20 on Sunday.
Yeah, nice, great. So that'll be 20:07 here then.
No.
Oh, sorry, it'll be 9:20 here.
Yeah,
7.
Well, I actually finished that course on the Sunday at about 6. Why don't we all get together and we'll maybe come round to your house and I'll bring some meats and stuff and we'll have a bit of a barbie. Kick into the spring and summer vibe, lads. The three of us.
Okay.
Maybe get Tom over as well.
Let's just put that down there as an option, and to see how it flies.
Or I could make salads if you'd rather. I mean, I don't have to bring meat.
I just like getting KFC and stuff and settling in. And I'm always a bit dubious of someone that brings around a meat platter.
Speaking of which, I've been given a response about my idea for the KFC idea. And boy, they are absolutely stoked with that idea.
Back the truck up.
Hey, are we taking a break here, Matty?
That was not your idea. That was my idea.
KFC
They're
idea.
interested, are they, Jace?
Yeah. They want to have a meeting next
What's
Monday.
Called Jason Lee's KFC idea?
Yeah, KFC idea. Well, no, the Bhuja KFC idea.
So it's like on Californication where that girl claimed writing Hank Moody's book and then it all came unravelling because they figured out that they didn't quite...
You're saying it's your idea?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Okay.
Big time.
It's funny, isn't it? Bit of money, all of a sudden people get...
This could be heading to court.
The old cha-ching in the eyeballs, eh? Boy,
well, if you take it, mate, if you want the idea, just go with it. I don't mind. As long as KFC's happy, I don't mind.
Beauty.
Lenny Kravitz there on Radio Hodaki Monday afternoon. Now, last week we went down to Southland for a spot of fishing with the bloody good Kiwis from Stabycraft. Stabycraft.
Think stability.
And a tour of the Invercargill Brewery. And now we want to give you the chance to win your own Southland adventure. We've posted a video on our Bhuja Facebook page. All you have to do is tag a mate you'd be keen to take on the trip, and you're in the draw just like that. Boom.
But if you think stability, then you'd think pronouncing it Stabycraft, I suppose. So if you think stable,
that's why I keep getting.
Think STAY. It's not Stabycraft.
Yeah.
Think of it as a craft that's stable.
That's it, which they are, and of course it wasn't just that. We went out on the boat, which is great. Caught some blue cod.
Yeah, well, this is the tragedy. Actually, I just saw the video, and it doesn't show us pulling in those beautiful big blue cods.
Well, we
mate.
threw them back anyway. You know what we're like. Jace.
Yeah, I know, but it would have been nice for the people to actually see us catching the fish.
Yeah, but I think sometimes it's best the imagination with fishing. People know we're top fishermen. They know we would have caught them. No point rubbing it in their face because they're not there.
I tell you what, the oysters down there were beautiful too, weren't they?
Beautiful.
Old what was her name that bought
Sonia?
No. Jody. We mentioned the fact that we were down in Bluff and we'd love to get some Bluff oysters, but they were out of season apparently. So she went and bought us some while we were doing the show.
And some whitebait fritters.
And some whitebait fritters as well. What a top lady.
And of course, we had a great time at the Invercargill Brewery there, making some beautiful beers. What was that? Honey.
It was a Pilsner, wasn't it?
Honey Pilsner was beautiful.
And what a great setup they had there too, you know. They had crafts sort of hanging from the roof. They had cars, all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
It's a great place to sort of hang out for a Friday night or a Wednesday night.
Yellow Mustang just sitting there casually.
And I believe you played some drums, Lee Hart, later on.
Not there, actually, a bit later on.
Oh, okay.
Back at the hotel with a different band. Funny enough, I was hoping to get up there at the brewery, but didn't seem like the right time. The guys were doing a pretty damn good job by themselves, weren't they? So we left there. But thanks to the guys at the brewery, because I think we didn't actually say goodbye when we left. We just kind of snuck out quickly. But we popped in the next day to see them, but they weren't up yet.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty early that we left that morning. Well, what was it, 11 o'clock? It wasn't that early. Great breakfast it was, too, at the...
at the
Calvin
Hotel.
Yeah.
Bit of eggs Benny.
Great bar, isn't it, at that night there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom had a great time.
There's Fat Freddy's Drop.
Going on tour in January.
They are.
She's got a guy.
I got a girl there, Tripping Daisy on Radio Hodaki. The time is 5:53 for those of you that are interested.
What a miserable end to a song, and I say that every time.
Yeah, what's the last line?
It was just I got a girl the whole song, and then the last one's but she's got a guy.
Yeah, right, yeah.
What am I driving? Oh, a Sanyong Rexton. Did you ask that then?
No.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you asked what I'm driving nowadays. It's the old Sanyong Rexton 7-seater. Beautiful. In your room.
Promising a plug for the
smooth
free car.
ride. Smooth ride.
What sort of tyre pressure you run on that?
36 probably. She's a bigger vehicle.
What are you cruising around in, Maddie?
She's a diesel. Very economic.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought you asked. I thought you said that. Did I not? Okay.
What did you think I said?
I thought you said, "What are you driving nowadays, Lee?"
Wow, that's
in
really
kind of
weird.
Conversation. Okay, it's not even in the log. It's weird.
Do you want to just plug all your
auditory
all your
hallucination?
Now, get it out of your
Do
system.
you just want to go through your list? And
Wash down some Hellas bacon with a Wakachangi
while you're in your Sanyong?
No point being silly about it.
A lot of stuff in your garage.
You don't want to be talking about Wakachangi while you're talking about Sanyong.
Or even I wouldn't want to be eating a sausage in a Sanyong. It's got beautiful upholstery. Would hate to drop some sausage or a bacon sandwich onto the beautiful Sanyong Rexton upholstery. It's beautiful.
How big is the Sanyong? Could you fit it into a national mini storage?
The National Mini Storage have driving. They've car parks for boats and vehicles, all sorts of stuff at National Mini Storage. So
brilliant.
no problem there.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
No problem.
Anything else you got? You want to get off your chest?
Pedal? Which you warned me I would have. Are we doing a bit of a regular?
You're still selling the BioGs, by the way? I keep getting requests for them.
I'm still doing the BioG.
Okay.
Yep. No, I just thought I'd... Oh, sorry, I just heard you wrong, that's all. No big deal. Beautiful vehicle. Sanyong Rexton. Now...
Not on the books for anyone else?
What's coming up?
Plenty of stuff, mate, but it's all going to happen after 6 o'clock.
Great.
Bhuja. With KFC's crispy onion ring burger. Wrap your lips around one today. The Matt and Jerry Show with Boundary Road Brewery.
Tell you what, those strawberries with needles in them are probably better for you than your average bloody something with any sugar in it at all. Sugars kill you.
No,
Like
they've worked out that sugar's okay.
Is that fine now?
Yeah.
What's bad at the moment? Needles. A needle's bad again.
Needles are bad.
Needles and food are bad again?
Matt Heath and Jeremy Wells for breakfast. Weekdays at 6 and 24/7 on iHeartRadio.
Loser there by Beck on Radio Hodaki. I tell you what, the phone lines have gone crazy, so let's go and chat to someone on the phone lines. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Yeah, very well. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Hey, I believe I just heard the Bhuja Hawk in the background of that song. Am I
Straight
right?
to
Am
the
I
point,
wrong?
mate. Jesus,
you don't muck around.
Christ.
We don't even know what your name is.
How about a bit of chit-chat, huh?
What's your name?
Yeah. Nathan.
Nathan.
Nathan, what did you get up to in the weekend?
Get up to the weekend, not much, mate. A lot of recovery from the weekend prior.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Whereabouts are you?
In the lovely Bay of Plenty, Mount Maunganui.
Oh, beautiful, mate.
Sounds like a dog of a hangover 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. On the 26th birthday, mate, you know, got to go big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my 26th. Real good.
That's when the 2-day hangovers start kicking in.
Oh, it started kicking in about 23, I think it was.
Yeah. Do you remember your 26th birthday, Lee?
Do a lot, mate. God.
Oh, you're doing better than most, mate.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, it's not that long ago. You forget these kind of things, and you guys were there, weren't you?
No, I don't think I'd met you on your 26th.
Oh, really?
No. No. Hey, Nathan, just a strange question. What size shoe are you?
What size shoe am I? 10 and a half, I believe.
Jeez. Have you noticed that most of our listeners have massive feet?
Doesn't correspond with much, though. You know, just freakishly large feet.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's all good. Well, of course, there was a Bhuja Hawk, Nathan. So the good news for you, my friend, is you're going to win a Bhuja Hawk T-shirt thanks to our mates at Mr. Vintage. And if you want to buy one of those, by the way, you can go to the Mr. Vintage.co.nz. Indeed, and pick one up for free. Well, it doesn't have to be a Bhuja Hawk one. It could be anything.
No,
but
but
the Bhuja Hawk T-shirts are great, Nathan. So you stay on the line, and our good mate Tom will look after you, buddy.
You beauty. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
That'll only set you back $40.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good T-shirts there, mate. Screaming Reels T-shirts. You know, Wack and Changy T-shirts. You name it, it's all
God,
there.
he's going to start going into
Can't
his
afford
products.
not to at those prices.
Yeah.
Sangyong T-shirts?
Good question. I'll have a lot. I don't think so, mate.
You had to do it, Matt, didn't you?
Well,
You
I'm
had
trying-
to
I'm
open
trying
up
to get
that
on the-
can of worms.
I'm trying to
Quickly,
get
just
on-
get out of here, quick.
I'm trying to get them the Sangyong books now too.
Oh, are you?
Should give it a crack.
Well, Matt's getting a car. Don't you want one?
I've got it perfectly
you're
fine.
right. No, you're fine.
Oh,
No,
perfectly
that's right.
fine.
No, remember, don't
Perfectly
remember.
fine.
That was like the thing one.
Not selling my soul
Tom,
for
do you want-
vehicles.
What is truth but a dirty black cloud coming out of the blue?
You know, every time I listen to Dave now, there's such a sadness there, you know, after he sent us that, you know, he gave us so many tips when we were starting in radio. It kind of makes me feel sad when I hear his music, that he's no longer, I almost can't believe that he's no longer with us, you know? I mean, he was such a big influence on us in our early part of our career.
Formative. Yeah, you did right there. And even later on.
Well, he saw potential in us when no one else saw potential in us, you know?
Some still don't.
Yeah, well, some still don't see
Even in the
potential
last
in us.
couple of years when he was ill and he hadn't made it public yet, he still took time to get in touch and say, great show, fellas. I mean, he didn't say it like that. He had with his unique accent. Great show.
Well, you look at his, you know, extraordinary career, and when you think that here he was, you know, sitting in a studio listening to Bhuja every day. I mean, he said he misses the odd day, but generally
so do we.
Yeah, you know, generally he got the shows every time, and you know, he's got a library of all our podcasts and stuff, and it's pretty humbling.
It is. And it's a pity we never got him on as a guest, because I know he wanted to come on, but just the timings never kind of worked with what he was doing, what we were doing. It would have happened, of course, but it wasn't to be, and that's just what life is.
Well, you remember that, I think it was that particular day we had Barry's Lawns coming in. Remember, he was talking about laying lawn and stuff, and David was in the area at the time. We were like, oh, sorry, David, we've got Barry's Lawns coming in.
Just joining us, talk about late great David Bowie, of course, if you're just joining us confused who David is, or Dave.
Or Dave.
Yep. it'll be sadly missed by the world, but certainly this show we were. Not staying on Rex today. Look,
look, please, just go to Space Hog.
You're in the red with them or something?
Do you have to give the car back or something like that?
I hope not.
Daily Bhuja. It's on till 7 p.m. Then Matt's on his own later tonight on Radio Hodaki.
The Interrupters there on Radio Hodaki. She's Kerosene.
Jumpy wee new one, that one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is a bit of a jumpy wee new one. Very good. We always like new tunes on our radio show.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Now,
Green Day got any new stuff coming out soon?
I think Red Hot Chili Peppers are working on a new album.
Okay, great. We'll make sure we keep tabs on that, eh?
Absolutely.
Where are we at, Jace, on the log there?
I was just looking at the log as you were speaking there, Lee Hart, just to clarify where we were. It was Lee Hart's Slice of Life.
Slice-o?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
You got a sting for that, Matt?
I do.
Well, it's not really a slice of life, but it's taken me back to the I've got two things. I'm not sure where to go. I can talk about the Cher concert again.
No, I think we've done that. Now let's go with option B.
Well, I just want to cover off there is that I said that she didn't play my favourite song, Just Like Jesse James. I'm pretty sure she didn't, because I did go to the toilet a couple of times, and a lot of the time there at the Spark Green, you can hear the music
through the toilet.
You can, but with the particular toilet I was in, because I was doing poos, I couldn't actually hear, and I couldn't hear any songs. So maybe she slipped it in then, while I was in there. Who knows?
Well, that would be a bit of a bugger, given how much
the same length.
You were your poos.
The song length the time it took me to do poos was about the same length. We've just checked. I think it's about 3:35, 4 minutes.
Your poos?
No, well, I know
that's not. You don't have that on the computer, do you, Matt?
No, just like Jesse James.
I don't have access
check
to
the length on that
information. It is 4 minutes 4 seconds.
There you go. Because as I left, she wasn't doing it. And it gives me enough time to get to the toilet. But I didn't hear anyone else mention it either. The song, I mean. So there you go. That's a slight slice of life.
We should have gone with option A of the slice of life, I think.
Yeah. I took Benny to the vet today.
How's Benny doing?
He's good. He's kind of...
Because he was having some mental health issues, wasn't he?
Oh, no,
he was
fine.
getting a bit disorientated and lost.
I don't think he's ever been healthier, but I've heard a lot of people lately go, oh, we just took him to the cat or the dog to the vet for just a checkup because I've got this. And the vet picks up something and says, wow, look, he's pretty old. I could do it now if you like.
Oh, right.
That kind of thing. So I second guess now whether I should even take him because he's healthy and I know he's fine and I'd override that in this case. But he had this kind of growth in his ear, which is like a warty thing. You know, who knows what it is, but he's 14. So regardless of what it is, you know, I'm not going to do a lot about it. It's there. As long as he's still happy, I'm not going to say take that off or give him a general because he may not wake up again.
Yeah.
But no, sure enough, the vet said, no, he's fine. Just if you're not worried about it, he's fine. And as he was.
Have you decided what you're going to do with him once he passes on? Because you were thinking of all sorts of things in terms of using him as a...
The taxidermy option where you can turn him into a phone charger or a docking station or
that's what I mean.
That was... it seems a little crass now. I don't know if I've slept on that idea for a while. And for me, it seems a little tacky. And I think there was another option. It was a toaster, pop-up toaster. Again, a little tacky.
Yeah. He's had such a great life, Benny. It would seem a shame for him to come back as a pop-up toaster.
Well, he does spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
And the fur would get burnt.
I would imagine him, you'd shave it around there. But what I mean is, he would... I could picture him in the kitchen. Whenever I open the fridge, he's right there. So maybe it's something in the kitchen. He's there. And
when you take him to the vet, do you change the lyrics of Benny and the Jets to Benny and the Vet? Because that would be quite witty.
Benny and the Vet, yeah. That's great.
I would do that.
I was thinking it'd be quite weird just if you were feeling pretty bad yourself. You know, if you go to the vet and you've got him up there and he goes, well, you know, there's only one option really. I can, you know, we can do it now if you like, and you know, because you're really hungover or something. He turns around and looks back, and you're lying on the table. just waiting to perhaps have him put you out of your misery. And the dog's he's fine, and it's actually you that is trying to shortcut out of that. Just an idea. I'd probably work with that.
Blind Melon there on Radio Hodaki this Monday afternoon. It was actually really good getting Tom, the doctor, in earlier today for our Men's Health Week, Lee Hart. But as usual, when people are talking about various symptoms and diseases and all the texts we've been getting, all of a sudden, I don't know if you do this, I suddenly feel like I've got all these diseases.
Yeah, look, I think what the mistake you make, here's a guest. For the listeners, we are the hosts of the show, if you know what I'm saying. We are the conduit between the guest, Dr. Tom, and the listeners. And they text them the questions. What you don't want to do is kind of dominate the thing with your own health issues, of which you seem to have quite a few. Like, it's not about you. You're just really the host.
What I'm saying is, I feel
like it's a great opportunity.
I feel like I've got more health issues now that I'm listening to what the people are saying and what Dr. Tom said. I thought my health issues were actually really good and they were under control, but now all these people texting in about all the diseases and symptoms I've got, I have the same symptoms for a lot of these diseases.
I think Lee's point was that, do you really want to find out what that growth is live on the radio?
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe that was a step too far. You know, I should have maybe just kept that under wraps, as it were.
It's the sort of thing, maybe you could ask him after the show, pull him aside and go, look, can I make an appointment perhaps? Because, you know, his time is money with him.
Well, I just sort of felt like we had a doctor in the room. It just seemed like a good time to sort of show it.
It seemed to me, that's one way of putting it. It seemed to me like, hey, I've got a free appointment here where I can ask as many questions as I can, and I'm not going to get charged for it. Much like when you borrowed my car and put no gas in it, you're trying to make the best of a cheap situation.
Well, I was actually relieved to know that it's quite normal for men to have oddly shaped testicles. You know what I mean? Well, what I mean by that is one testicle, generally speaking, is bigger than the other.
Yeah, maybe one.
I thought that was one of my own sort of abnormalities, but it's a relief to know that's quite a common thing.
Yeah, maybe
on the other side of it.
Maybe one being oddly shaped, but not the other two.
Yeah, well,
that was unusual. I hadn't heard of that before.
It was like an episode of House when he was in here, how perplexed he was at all the things you had.
Yeah. Well, this is why I don't go to the doctor, you know, because it ends up being not a half-hour session. It can go on for an hour and a half, and then you have to go into the waiting room, and people are really pissed off with you.
The message we got from Dr. Tom there was make sure you do go to the doctor.
Absolutely. If you've got any doubts, New Zealand, go and see Dr. Tom or any doctor, your local doctor preferably. Oh, is this royal blood?
It certainly is.
How did we get so dark?
That is correct.
And so ends Daily Bhuja for this Monday afternoon. It's been fantastic having your company, New Zealand. Really enjoyed it, Lee. And
good show.
Not too bad for a Monday. Lots of feedback, of course. So, all in all, a good show.
Your favourite text of the night, Jason?
Look, I think when we were talking about, you know, getting the veggie patch ready for summer, I think we got a lot of great tips on that front. The text from Jim Mora, very excited about the fact that you and I and Maddie are taking the weekend to do his consultancy course with Mary Lambie. Really looking forward to that. And he said he's pumped. He absolutely can't wait to have us on board. So, what about yourself?
No, it's just the feedback from the... Well, here's just randomly pulling one out. Hi, guys. For a Monday, real top-notch show. Good stuff. Fellas, big fan. There you go.
It's almost like people expect us for a Monday to do a really crap show. You know what I'm saying? But often, you know, we can do a bloody good Monday show. But it looks like you need to go back and have a bit of a nap at home, a bit of a lie down,
Well,
Lee.
you know, I've put everything into this show.
Well, you had a big night on Saturday, didn't you, with Cher?
Well, 1 minute I'm in Invercargill, down Bluff. 1 minute. Next day, I'm up at the Cher concert. People must be thinking, God, there must be doppelgangers.
And I know that you, were looking forward to that Cher concert, and I know you had a great old time. You haven't stopped talking about it off air since you've been in here, but
it was fantastic.
Maddie, what's coming up in your show, mate?
Oh, I've got some Uber Eats, so just give us a call now, 0800 Hodaki. I'll give you that.
That sounds like someone that just doesn't care anymore.
No, of course I care. Well, who doesn't want Uber Eats, for God's sake?
That's true.
That's a bloody deal and a half. We're all coming up 7 o'clock, if you ask me.
Brilliant. Hey, New Zealand, it's been great having your company. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. From Lee, myself, and the Night Wolf, Bhuja to you!
For everyone.